Well, good morning. For another 8 minutes this morning. It's gonna be noon in about 8 minutes. We're back at the shop here. It's December 8th. It's a Friday. It's winter in Canada, Kamloops. And we have no snow on the ground. It's been a very, very slow start to the winter season this year, of course, because I decided to add snow removal. So the snow's not gonna come. And I have water jobs and we got water restrictions. Just it's the luck of the draw, but one of my clients does pay regardless. But if the snow came, it'd be nice because more calls would come in from people who didn't think to call someone before the snow fell. So I'm doing okay as far as that's concerned. It's been a while since I've posted. Kind of fell back into a bit of a hard times. It's been a rough year. So lots of good news coming up though, and lots of improvements coming up. So making a video today because we are going to go and invest a bit of money into the wash portion of our equipment, which is really bizarre to do on December 8th of 2023. It's a weird time to invest in pressure washing stuff, but one of my main clients, biggest clients, has a lot of trailers that needs to be cleaned as part of the fleet wash. He said about 20 and then 9 trucks, and I could only ever reach like 2 pup trailers and 3 of their trucks. This weekend's supposed to be really nice, so I do have a buffer tank that I'm gonna go pick up. We're gonna go pick up today. We will hook it up and test her and try it out. So this video is gonna go over the course of the next 3 days at least. Friday. Today we're gonna go pick up the buffer tank. I've got a little bit of time. We can probably find out how well it's gonna work and make sure my pump can even pull from it at the very least, so that way if it doesn't, then I can tell my client to try to get some trucks nearby that he wants cleaned until the following week when I got a little more time to do it. We are gonna go hook up the trailer. I'm backed into it right now. I'm gonna take a bunch of stuff off of it because I don't really know how big this tank is as far as like physically. It's 150 gallons, so that's really cool. It's $200. I can get a brand new 125 gallon one for $400 before tax. So this is a good deal. I couldn't pass it up. I farted. Oh my god, it's them. What are they doing here? Well, anyways, shopmates showed up, so I'm go ahead and do that. Okay, bye. Okay, I had a whole clip and then I forgot to hit record. So here's our tank. This tank was used for de-icer previously, so it should be good for us. Right now I'm just trying to rinse out whatever de-icer we have left. I am going to go ahead and close these just to let the tank fill up a bit. So while we're doing this, we're gonna after we rinse this out, we're gonna try hooking it up to my pump. Now, if you're not aware, pumps, when you're in the business, in the industry or whatever, there's certain types of pumps that you have to get for buffer tanks. Ideally, you want to get a belt driven or a gear driven tank or a pump, because it spins the pump slower somehow. That makes it suck better, and you can pull it off of just about any tank, and it doesn't need to have any kind of head pressure. The stuff that you get at Canadian Tire or whatever, those 2.6 liters, from what I understand, they'll never pull. You got to have that hooked up to a house or somewhere that's giving you pressure. I have a 4 gallon per minute direct drive unit now, and there's a good possibility that it won't pull, but we're certainly going to try. I have heard of a lot of people have said that they've been doing it for a while without having the appropriate pump. Something to keep an eye on. I think as long as the tank is full, maybe we might be able to get her down to like a quarter before it starts cavitating on me. And that's something we're going to test out today. Now, if it doesn't pull, it's not the end of the world. You can actually have like a 1 GPM, and you can still pull from a buffer tank, but you'll have to get a water pump that is rated for higher than your actual pump. Obviously, you're not going to be using a 1 gallon per minute pump. So yeah, we'll hook that up in line if this doesn't work, and that'll just get turned on, and that'll give the pump the pressure it needs from the buffer tank. So we're gonna try it that way first because it's cheaper. It's cheaper not to have to buy that, because I'd also have to get a battery and an inverter and a few other things in order to let the pump run. I suppose there's probably gas ones I could run, but they're going to be big and bulky, and we're starting to fill up the trailer here now. So yeah, so we're just going to keep going. This is still filling up. It's taking its time. I don't have it on full blast right now, but I'm probably going to go in there and do that here shortly. All right, I'll touch base again as we move on. I'll give you guys a little inside look. I'm just using the hose, rinsing it off. Yeah, we got lots of mucky looking stuff in there. It's not like shit or anything. It's just de-icer. Yeah, okay. Okay, a little bit of progress here. Got our water hooked up. We're just filling it up a little bit just to see how much effort it's going to take to give this pump a good pump. Thinking I might pull this pump here a little bit closer just to help with bulkhead pressure. Now with this one, unfortunately, of course, the pump is really high up, so the water is going to have to fight gravity to come up here using bulkhead pressure alone. So let's just hope for the best. But like pressure wise, when I open that, yeah, it's not great, but I've seen worse. We'll see. Hopefully it'll suck. Okay, I just got to find a way to hook up that pump to this now. So we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to wrap up here now. Here's the final well, not the finished product. We're going to keep working on it. But I'm pretty happy. We got this tank here on the front, and we've got everything else that I had. It just all fits perfectly in here. Pretty much perfectly. It could be better, but might have issues with that handle while I'm winding this up, but we'll see. Everything's kind of shiftable within a couple of inches kind of thing anyways. So that's not too bad. One thing we do need is another garden hose. Unfortunately, I threw all my crap hose out because I was like, oh, I don't need this anymore. But I could have used it to rig in something here. So I'm gonna need to get a garden hose, just a small, hopefully I can buy them by the foot or whatever. And I'll go from here, and that's gonna go over to the pump over there. You can kind of see where it's gonna plug in right there. Yeah, hopefully we'll have enough head pressure to let that happen. Otherwise, yeah, I guess we'll have to get a water pump by the weekend. I'm not sure how that's gonna happen, but let's try. So tomorrow I'm gonna come back with some hose, and we are gonna try this thing out and make sure it is pulling from the tank. So catch up with me again tomorrow. It'll be the same video. So for me, it's gonna be 24 hours. For you, it's gonna be now. Good morning, we're back. It is a new day. And I went to Home Depot, picked up some stuff. Well, two things. Just some 5/8 hose and that thing that I dropped. It's a wire or a hose clamp. And we are going to hook this up from this spigot here. It's going to run underneath through all here and around, and we're going to plug her in right there, and that should take care of that. And then we'll test. We'll see if it works. We'll see if it pulls. I really hope it does. All right, so we got some stuff set up here. Wasn't sure if this was going to work right off the bat, just because the spigots are lower than where the pump goes, and so it will not gravity feed. So, you know, you kind of have to prime the hose before you go. But I have just done a little test run, and this little direct drive 4 gallon per minute pump will pull from the buffer tank, no problem. Observe. Try that again. There we go.
So it seems to be working. I am seeing some air coming through the hose. So I'm gonna investigate that a bit. Probably it's this. Unfortunately, I did get the wrong size. But besides that, she seems to be working. And I am gonna go and actually do one of my clients today and give it a good test. So we're gonna go up to Cintas and do that. And see how well this works. In the meantime, I'm gonna drain the water because probably shouldn't drive a Seltos with 1,000 pounds of water on or so. I actually have to figure out the weight of that still. So yeah, I'm gonna get some chemical ready, load it up, and I guess we'll just head up there and see what happens. All right, let's go. Okay, we are at Cintas, and I'm getting ready to hook her all up, and well, let's just do it. Ugh. So that came up here, no problem. So I'm going to hook this guy up to the tap there and run the other end of it into the buffer tank, and we'll get started. Now, as you know, I did test this already at the shop. Seems to work. There was a little bit of air getting sort of into the water line here, and I'm pretty sure that was just sucking in somehow from here. So it must be pretty good suction off that pump, despite it not being gear driven or bell driven. Or, I mean, I don't think that's gear driven. Now I'm starting to wonder, because I'm pretty sure that's direct, but now I'm wondering. So anyways, I will find that out, because that might be why this is working just fine. All right, let's hook up. Good morning. It is 11 o'clock and I'm here at my client's. This is the big one. I'll put it, well, no, I won't do that. So we've got these trucks and trailers right here, and then we've got a bunch in the back. This is the whole reason we got the buffer tank, so we could service this account properly. So let's go do that.
My head in the clouds, I don't know where we go. I feel like it's changed love. I'm losing my mind, feeling that kind of love. I feel like a deep hole. You give me something that I can't give you here. Tell me what you're thinking, I need to know you're feeling. If you crush on me, you need to know my story. But don't get too close to me, cause I need my fantasy. Here I am, falling down, crashing down, and I feel like I don't need you. something. Don't feel the vibe when we're not floating. Ain't no good time when it's a darker sin.
All right, so we got some progress done there. I'm just filling our tank back up. I'll give you a little rundown of how well this worked. I had it hooked up and I turned it on right away, did my pre-trip and rigged in, and then got started right away. I didn't have to wait or anything. The water was about up to here by the time I was already washing, and when I was finished washing it had come up to about here. Well, actually, sorry, halfway through washing it came up to about here. So I turned off the tap because I don't want to get too heavy. It is just a little Seltos after all. So now that's not going on the road or anything like that. That's going to be just, you know, shuttling it around the yard here whenever I'm doing it. But so this pump is the Pro Point. It's a 4 gallon per minute pump. I believe it actually is a gear driven pump. I'm going to look a little more into that. Because this pulls without an issue, so there's got to be like, and also the fact that it has an oil plug there kind of gives away that it's a gear driven. Probably just not one that is serviceable. So that's okay, because it's working perfect. This was about $1,200. You can get this at Harbor Freight or Princess Auto in Canada. And the thing works great, guys. Like seriously, I can't believe the price. Very quick to start, pull cord just in case, of course. No, it's a really good setup here. I'm so happy with that tank. I cannot tell you guys enough how happy I am with that. So we're gonna let that fill up again to maybe somewhere around here again, and then we're gonna shuttle into the back, because if you could see through this building, you would see more trailers in the back there. So we're gonna start working on that next. So I'm gonna go warm up. And I love this guy's water supply too, because it is quick. It is a very I don't know how many gallons per minute well, I mean, it's not nearly as hot as I thought. But it is quicker than most of the ones that I'm normally dealing with. We do have future plans for the buffer tank. I would like to maybe put like a kind of a wash sink or something here, like an eye wash station or somewhere where I can just wash my hands, right? We'll have that hooked up. Well, no, that bulkhead should work. And then yeah, we'll have tap on, tap off. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll put another tank, something like kind of up here sort of thing for washer fluid. We're gonna use that so that we don't freeze up our pump in the really cold days. Or if I can, I'll get a small air compressor and we'll do it that way. That way I can also push out everything from the garden hose. Okay, I'm gonna rig out, sorry, a little bit here while this fills up, and we'll go into the back and try it out there.
Something that I can give you here. Tell me what you're thinking. I need to know your feeling. If you can show me, you need to know my story. But don't get too close to me, cause I need my fantasy. You give me something that I can give you here. Tell me what you're thinking. I need to know your feeling. If you can show me, you need to know my story. But don't get too close to me, cause I need my fantasy. Here I am, falling down, crashing down, and I feel like I don't need you. Here I am, falling down, deep inside, and I feel like I don't need you.
I've come to realize I have forgotten to film an outro. But the weekend went really well with the buffer tank. Honestly, there was nothing wrong. I can't even explain it. Nothing went wrong. So, and I ran it for pretty good, I would say 4 hours total. And, or I'd say, yeah, you probably non-stop for 4 hours and a total of 6 hours over the course of the weekend anyways, without any issues. No air bucking in there, no cavitation, no nothing. It was perfect.
So I'm very happy with that purchase. $200, and I billed out $650 this weekend. So very, very happy with that purchase. However, that said, I do offer snow removal company, or oh my goodness, I can't speak. I do offer snow removal, and we do see it's 3 degrees, and there's a little snowflake there, which just means it might be icy. It doesn't mean it's actually snowing, but it is snowing. So there we go. And we're in the valley, so that means that my client, who is way up in the Aberdeen, is going to be getting pounded with snow, possibly. This is Kamloops. It could probably possibly be totally dry up there, so we're going to go investigate that. But that's not the point of this. The point of this is to film an outro. So like, comment, subscribe, really appreciate that. And those of you that have, it's so kind of cool watching it go up. So we got 19 subscribers so far. It's kind of lulled out, but that's because so have I. Trying to post a little more often, as much as I can, but there just hasn't really been much to post, and so there's something new to do, so I was able to do that. And a nice little project that was successful. Feel good about that, which is really good for my mental health. So all right, looks like we are off to do some janitorial and continue the job that is my job. Goodbye.